Do you believe that masturbation is harmful or even addictive? Let's take a moment to debunk some common myths that often circulate about this topic. First and foremost, it's important to understand that masturbation is a natural behavior. It's not something to be ashamed of or worried about. In fact, it's a normal part of human sexuality, practiced by people of all genders and ages. The idea that it's an abnormal or harmful behavior is simply a myth, often perpetuated by societal taboos or misinformation. One common misconception is the idea that masturbation can lead to physical harm or disease. In reality, when practiced safely and responsibly, masturbation is a safe activity that poses no inherent health risks. On the contrary, it can actually have numerous health benefits. For instance, it can help reduce stress, improve sleep, and enhance sexual function. Another myth is the notion that masturbation is addictive. While it's true that any pleasurable activity can become compulsive if not managed properly, masturbation itself is not inherently addictive. Just like any other healthy behavior such as exercise or eating, the key is moderation and balance. It's also worth noting that masturbation can provide psychological benefits as well. It can serve as a form of self-exploration, allowing individuals to understand their own bodies and sexual preferences. This can lead to improved sexual relationships and overall sexual satisfaction. So, let's put these myths to rest once and for all. Masturbation is a normal, healthy, and natural behavior. It can provide numerous physiological and psychological benefits when practiced responsibly and in moderation. However, just like any other activity, it's important to approach it with the right knowledge and understanding. This is especially true when it comes to avoiding common mistakes that can lead to discomfort or even injury. Now that we've cleared up some misconceptions, let's dive into some common mistakes guys make while masturbating. Ever heard of the saying, "Too much of a good thing can be bad"? Well, this rings true even when we're talking about masturbation. Yes, you heard it right. While it is a healthy and natural activity like anything else, it can become problematic when it begins to interfere with your daily life. For instance, if you find yourself frequently setting aside important tasks or isolating yourself from social activities just to masturbate, this might be an indicator that you're overdoing it. It's important to maintain a balanced lifestyle and ensure that this activity doesn't become a constant escape from dealing with life's responsibilities. But that's not all. Excessive masturbation can also lead to physical discomfort. You might experience soreness, skin irritation, or even temporary erectile dysfunction. Now, I'm sure you'll agree that these aren't exactly the outcomes you're aiming for. Additionally, there's another potential pitfall that's often overlooked: desensitization. This happens when the nerves in the penis become less responsive due to overstimulation. The result? You might find it harder to achieve satisfaction, not just during masturbation but also during sexual intercourse. It's like listening to your favorite song on repeat. After a while, it just doesn't hit the same, right? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should abstain from masturbation altogether. Quite the contrary. It can be a healthy way to explore your body, relieve stress, and even improve sexual performance. But as with everything else in life, it's all about balance. So how can you avoid falling into the trap of too much of a good thing? Well, it's important to pay attention to your body and your habits. Are you experiencing discomfort? Is your habit affecting your daily routine or social life? If the answer is yes, it might be time to reassess and perhaps dial things back a bit. Remember, moderation is key. Now on to the next common mistake. Did you know that your whole body is a playground? This might sound surprising, but when it comes to self-pleasure, focusing solely on the genitals can actually make your experience less satisfying. Yes, you heard it right. Your body is full of erogenous zones, which, when explored, can immensely enhance your pleasure. Let's take a moment to understand what erogenous zones are. These are areas of your body that have heightened sensitivity and can generate a sexual response when stimulated. While the genitals are the most obvious of these, there are many others that often go unnoticed or unexplored. Take, for instance, the nipples. For many men, nipple stimulation can be a significant source of arousal. It's not the same for everyone, of course, but it's worth giving it a try. You might be pleasantly surprised. Similarly, the inner thighs are packed with nerve endings that can send shivers of pleasure throughout your body when touched just right. The perineum, the area between your testicles and anus, is another spot that can be quite responsive to stimulation. And let's not forget the less obvious areas like the neck, ears, or even the lower back. Each of these zones can add a whole new dimension to your masturbation routine if you let them. It's all about exploration and discovery, about learning what your body responds to and what brings you the most pleasure. Don't be shy about it, there's no right or wrong here. only what feels good to you. Remember, the goal of masturbation isn't just to reach climax as quickly as possible, but to enjoy the journey. By focusing on your entire body, you can turn that journey into a more satisfying and fulfilling experience. So the next time you're seeking some solo time, remember that your body is a playground. It's filled with hidden treasures just waiting to be discovered. Don't limit yourself to the obvious. Broaden your horizons and explore the uncharted territories of your own body. Broadening your horizons can lead to a more enjoyable experience. Let's move on to the next point. Ever tried driving without oil? Not the best idea, right? Now think about this in relation to masturbation. Skipping lubrication can create a similar situation. Lubrication is to masturbation what oil is to your car's engine. It reduces friction, increases pleasure, and can prevent discomfort and injury. Now let's delve into the world of lubricants. They're not all created equal, and understanding their differences can help you find the one that's best for you. First, we have water-based lubricants. They're easy to clean up, safe to use with all types of condoms, and generally great for sensitive skin. However, they tend to dry out relatively quickly and might require reapplication during a longer session. Next on our list are silicone-based lubricants. These are longer lasting than their water-based counterparts and are great for water play. But be careful, they can damage silicone toys and they're a bit more difficult to clean up. Then we have oil-based lubricants. These are super long-lasting and have a smooth, creamy texture. However, they're not safe to use with latex condoms as they can cause them to break. They can also be a little tough to clean up. Lastly, we have natural lubricants. These are made from organic, body-friendly ingredients. They're an excellent option for those who have sensitive skin or are conscious about what they're putting on their bodies. However, they can be a bit pricier than the other options. Remember, what works best for you depends on your personal preferences and needs. It's all about finding what enhances your experience and makes you feel the most comfortable. In the same way you wouldn't ignore the oil light on your car's dashboard, don't overlook the importance of lubrication during masturbation. It's not just about reducing friction, it's about enhancing pleasure, preventing discomfort, and ensuring a safe and enjoyable experience. Lubrication can make the difference between night and day. Now let's discuss the final mistake. Ever heard of the phrase, "slow and steady wins the race"? Well, it's not just about running marathons or completing projects. It also applies to something as personal as masturbation. That's right, rushing through the process can often result in less satisfying orgasms, and who wants that? Let's break it down. When it comes to sexual pleasure, it's not just about the finish line, it's about the journey getting there. Imagine you're reading a thrilling novel. You wouldn't just skip to the last page to find out what happens, would you? No, you'd miss all the suspense, the build-up, the anticipation. The same goes for masturbation. It's about taking the time to build up arousal, to explore what feels good. Think about it this way. Your body is like a symphony, and every part of it plays a vital role in the music of arousal. When you rush, you're only listening to one instrument, missing out on the beautiful harmony of the entire orchestra. Rushing can also lead to a habit of needing to climax quickly, which can spill over into sexual encounters with a partner. This can lead to performance anxiety or difficulties with premature ejaculation. So remember, there's no need to hurry. Try to prolong the experience. Explore different rhythms, pressures, techniques. Experiment with what feels good for you. This isn't just about reaching orgasm, it's about understanding your body, knowing what you like, and ultimately enhancing your sexual well-being. The more you slow down, the more you'll become attuned to your body's signals and responses, and the more satisfying your orgasms will be. So don't be a hare in this particular race, be the tortoise. Take your time, enjoy the sensations, the pleasure. Remember, it's not a race. Take your time and enjoy the journey. Let's quickly recap the common mistakes we've discussed today. First, we debunked some common myths surrounding masturbation, clearing the air for a more informed discussion. Then we highlighted the potential pitfalls of indulging too much, reminding us all that moderation is key in everything, including self-pleasure. We also underscored the importance of not ignoring the entire body. Remember, variety and exploration can often lead to more fulfilling experiences. Then we touched upon the often overlooked aspect of lubrication. A little slip and slide can make a world of difference in your experience. Lastly, we talked about the importance of not rushing the process. Masturbation is more than just a race to the finish line, it's about enjoying the journey too. Remember, masturbation is a personal experience. There's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you're comfortable and enjoying yourself. Thanks for watching.